The day is finally here. We're going to try out the iTAP. So we did the unboxing. We also built this amazing tower. Why don't you check out the tower video if you haven't watched that already. In the first video we did the unboxing and we looked at some different accessories, and today we're going to finally try it out as a bottling device, but also with the G-Connect accessory as an ordinary tap. And there are some angles we need to view this from. How easy is it to use? Does it foam a lot in the bottles? Does it waste a lot of beer? Does it really work as a tap also? And does it oxygenate your bottles so your beer will get oxidized? Let's just get started. I'm Dr. Hans, this is Dr. Hans Brewery, my channel about beer and homebrewing. So if you want to learn with me how to compare beer and brewing, possibly, why don't you consider becoming a subscriber? And also if you would like to hit the little bell so you get notifications when I put out the new video, of course help out by smashing the like button. And as always, if you're just here to troll, don't forget to hit the dislike button twice before you leave for double the impact. I found some transparent bottles so we could really see what was happening in the bottle. I have 2 beer in the Keyser we can try out, and we're going to do a stout and a raspberry sour so we can have some good color contrast. And of course we will try the most important thing. What would happen if we would try to bottle 2 beer at once, and of course can we layer the 2 different colored beers in the bottle? That's the important stuff, but of course we should also be more serious, even though it's not as fun. Just to be super transparent here, I have not paid for the iTAP or the accessories, but no money has changed hands, and the fact that I got them for free will of course not affect the verdict or my opinion of the product, and Boel will not get to review this video before I release it. With that said, let's move on into bottling and shit. Yeah. Let's also try it as a tap. Works good. And before you switch to the other one, you should maybe just push the rest out of there. And this is not chilled, so must say it's working better than I thought. So the beer lines are 2.5 meters maybe, and 1 bar of pressure. Stout. As you see, I am running it a little bit slow, but it's working. Can't complain on that. But yeah, I need to hold it back really. But this is a quite highly carbonated stout, because I like my beers with a lot of carbonation. Can't complain about that actually. We first look at, will it replace the tap? Yes, it could. But I do think I would remove this part after using it and rinse it, because if we look at a normal tap, more modern tap, we do have a forward sealing system in normal taps, and yeah, this is of course a balance, I get that. So, but it's awesome that we can use it as a tap, so I think it's really great. But I would, after I've done using it, I would remove it, rinse it, could spray some Star Sun up into that. And if you look at a tap with the flow control, as this one, the flow control is behind the seal and it's not in the iTAP. But it worked great. This is changeable, so maybe they will come out with some different nozzles. It would be cool. And a cool thing is actually you could throw this into the fridge or freezer and have it cold already when it goes on there. That's kind of cool. If we look at the oxygenation part of this device, if we're going to compare it to one of these other counter pressure devices who fills from the bottom, this does spray the beer amongst the sides, so it fills from the sides instead of the bottom. And does that introduce more oxygen into your beer than the splashing that will happen down in the bottom? I can't answer that, but there is an advantage with this method, and I will show you that really. But if you're just looking at it this way, we're starting off with an empty bottle of air. Air has about 21% of oxygen in it. Let's say 20 for easier math. We have 1 bar of air pressure at sea level, plus minus 5% or something like that. So I set the regulator to 1 bar. That's of course plus of the air pressure. By forcing 1 bar of CO2 in here, you haven't got rid of any oxygen at all. So we should really try to get some out. So now that mix has been released, so we basically should have like 10% oxygen now. If I were to do that again, we should have 5% now if I release it. And if I were to do that again and release that mix, we should have 2.5% and 1.25%, and now we should be under 1%. If we fill this up now, if you have a bottle filler that fills from the bottom, when we're taking that out, we are replacing the wand with a headspace of air. But this way, when we can cap on foam, you can cap on foam instead of releasing that wand. I think we have some advantages here. If you just get the oxygen out, I think it will be an awesome solution. We could go back to the soda stream, which has been my go-to device for flushing out bottles with CO2 also. Because we are flushing from the bottom, which I like. And then put it on here. Maybe do 1 time just for good measure. Let's do the stout. Now we will get some of the raspberry first. I must say that it's working so good. It is as good as they told me. Boom. Release that. And capping on foam. I really enjoy that. So you could go a little bit slower, of course, but capping on foam on bottles. So maybe that's also an idea. It's a little bit quicker. And I don't have the perfect answer what is the best, but if you would like, I can do some trials. I can brew a very sensitive beer like a New England IPA. We can do some bottling tries with how many times we flush the bottles and so on. If you do want that, comment down below, hit the like button. When you are filling with a counter pressure filler that has a wand that goes down, it does fill from the bottom, but when you remove it, the wand will be replaced by air. So you will have an air pocket there, and I tried the last thing to try to get some more beer in so I could cap on foam, but as you saw, that was so much easier. I don't have the exact answer which one is the best, but if we get the air out and we can cap on foam without like fiddling or getting air in the end, I think, yeah, you know what I think. Are you excited? If you are, hit the thumbs up button. We pressurize now just for equaling out the pressure, and 1, 2, 3. Both of them. Okay, let's go slowly. Interesting to trying that actually. Yeah, that looks nasty, but it seems to be working. So we have a raspberry sourish stout. And boom. And open that. Capping on foam. How cool isn't that? How about that? Is this the grand finale? Equal out the pressure. And let's start with the raspberry. I will go super slow. We'll try to get like 2 layers here. Or should we go for 3 layers? Okay, layer number 1. Let's fill that up with with a stout. It's not layering. It's not working. It looks cool, but it's not working. So I can't even see which one was the layered one. So no, we can't layer beer in it. Will this be nasty or not? And you see that little headspace there is should be just CO2 because we capped on foam. Nice. So it's not very good looking because we blended it. Cheers. It's all right. I'm guessing many of you don't need a lot of different of these mounts, but as a bottling device, it's freaking amazing, I would say. If I should complain about anything, I would like to have a little bit neater design where the hoses aren't showing. And if we look at the waste part of things, I have the waistline coming out down here into a PET bottle, and from me playing with it, I bought at least 10 bottles and yeah, did some pouring. That's the waste, and this was the first time I tried it, so if I got a little better at it, I think I would have gotten even less waste, but that's like nothing. Of course, there are some waste in the drip pan here, but that not so much from bottling. It's more from me pouring and cleaning, setting it up really. So that's more the waste. I think we got a really good bottling device here, and yeah, it works as a tap. Also got a question, how would it be like portable? If you got a handheld bottling device, I think it would be very fiddly, so then I would do something else. But using this compared to my other method, this is so much better. the other ghetto methods are working, but they do waste a lot of beer, and this wastes like none. This was also very easy to clean, which is important for me, but I can do that in a separate video, show you how I clean everything. If you haven't already, consider becoming a subscriber, and of course you can turn on notifications by hitting that bell, and help out by smashing the like button and leave a comment on this video. If you want to get even more content and want to support my channel, I do have Patreon, a channel membership, or just buy me a beer, all links down below. So guys, cheers and thanks for watching. Dr. Hans out. See you in the next one.
Yeah.